Hey, Assalamu alaikum. It is the final day of Comic Con 2025, and it would not be a Comic Con if I didn't get an opportunity to spend some time with my fantastic friend, Plessis, who is now roped into the Asus world. So we go way back from Code Bros and just being in the gaming and tech space for a number of years. I think it's like a decade now? More than that. More than that. So I just took this opportunity today. I had so much fun at the Asus stand. I believe they were part of Incredible Connection, so that was quite an interesting thing there. And I just want to ask you a few questions around it. So my followers usually want to know a little bit about people in the industry, so that's sort of my niche. So let's talk a bit about that. So let's talk a little bit about Republic of Gamers. And what is that? Is that a marketing positioning? How does that work within the Asus world?
Thanks so much, MJ. I really appreciate it. So with regards to the Republic of Gamers, it is Asus's positional space or sphere for the gaming focused market. So Asus does have three different divisions here in South Africa. We've got the business division, then we've got the OP, which is Open Peripherals division, and then the consumer, which is the notebooks to gaming laptops divisions. So I'm situated in the notebooks and laptops sector itself, and I obviously then segue into the Republic of Gamers. Kind of like my responsibility at Asus is I didn't even say that, but I'm Asus's technical product trainer. There's only two of us in the world, by the way. So I am the second
product trainer. Tell us a little bit more about that. Like, firstly, how did you get into it? I mean, I know your history with tech is fantastic, but then number two, like, describe a week in your life in terms of what you do.
Gosh, okay. So I'm not gonna go through the detail of which days. So we'll just go summary.
A
highlight week would be making sure that we have 4 merchandisers out in the field that are responsible for each region in South Africa, and their task is to go out and gather all the statistics as to which laptops are currently being sold cross brands, not just Asus, but across the spectrum, so that we can see what is the current interest, the hot topic, which laptops is business more the center, is gaming more the center, are people going more for a 14-inch display, 15-inch display, 18-inch display, so that we can make sure that we position ourselves correctly in the market with the right price point, because we have to be very, very money savvy alongside our tech savviness. So it's my responsibility to make sure that the information that gets fed through from the merchandisers is obviously accurate, number one, that the specs are matching up to competitor specs, because I can't go out and try and compete against apples with a banana. I have to put another apple on the counter. It doesn't, the color of the apple doesn't matter, as long as the fruit's the same.
Let's zoom in on something there, right? So, in terms of trends, South African trends, typically, are you finding that those lines are being blurred by laptop users, where they want to find a machine that they can use for work and for gaming? And how does Asus scratch that itch?
I am so glad. Look, you're giving me goosebumps. I'm so glad you asked that question, MJ. So, exactly what you are leaning towards is what is happening. So, everybody is kind of leaning towards having the gaming power in a business type laptop. Asus has got a laptop called the Zephyrus, and this thing has been the Zephyrus. It is like popping off. Man, the name really does sound that way. But the laptop looks like a really professional business laptop that you'd see a CEO sitting in a boardroom using. But it is rocking a 5090 behind the chassis, so you can play way more than solitaire, and that's actually become very popular. It's actually been probably one of our most popular showpieces at Comic-Con this year, because everybody's coming in for that cross-border thing. They're saying, my work's going to pay for the laptop, but I don't want it to look like a laptop. So it's kind of like the thing where kids are going, Mom, Dad, I want a computer, but this isn't a gaming computer. But meantime, it's RGB everywhere.
It's like a few years ago where we tried to justify sort of solid state drives, saying it's going to help us with productivity, but meanwhile we just wanted faster PCs. Last question, because I don't want to hold you up too much. I know the queues at Incredible Connection and what you're doing today at Comic Con is really crazy. So not to hold you up, but the last question. I recently reviewed the ROG Ally X for Recharged. I'm going to drop a link to that. I think in the either wherever this goes, we'll drop a link to that. Have a look at that because really powerful piece of tech. So I reviewed it, I think about 9 or 10 months ago, and now there's really exciting developments with Asus and with ROG and with Xbox and all of that. So tell us a little bit about the handheld PC space and how that's growing in South Africa.
Once again, your questions are magnificent. So we currently have the ROG Ally X on the stand there, which everybody's busy playing with, and it is an absolute ridiculously powerful beast. For a handheld device, the way I'm telling parents, because you got to sell to the parents, you don't have to sell to the kids.
The kids don't have the money.
Exactly. So I've got to sell it to mom and dad, and I quite easily can say to mom and dad, listen, what you can have happening is you can have your son or daughter in bed with a wireless keyboard and mouse connected to the ROG Ally X through Bluetooth connection, wirelessly streaming with an extended desktop to the TV in their bedroom, because let's face it, all the kids more than likely have got screens in their bedrooms, so they can then do their schoolwork on the one screen, the big screen there. The bottom screen, they can have an internet browser open while they're online with Discord with their mates if they're busy doing a group project, and that little Ally is handling all of that seamlessly because of its integrated Intel graphics as well as the onboard AMD.
I think just as a closing shot in that as well, while we do hope and we cross our fingers that load shedding is in the past, again, we say that we knock on wood and hope for the best. I think just the ability for this to be portable, to be battery powered, for you to take it in transit. I know I've taken it as well during review processes. Wherever I've been on holiday, fantastic piece of equipment. So for those who are curious but haven't jumped in yet, I know that the market's fantastic with all the different products out there. I must appreciate not just your time, but I appreciate you, what you do for the industry in South Africa, and just thanks so much for your time today.
You are more than welcome. Thank you very much for the opportunity to share my passion with you guys. I mean, it's absolutely, I love and live for this. Thank you, MJ.
Thanks everybody for watching till this point.